episode
50.
50. And look, and look, and look.
Why doesn't
it's
it make
down.
the sound? Here, blow it, and then I'll make the sound. Go ahead.
It's from Dollar General.
Well,
So,
go ahead,
I mean,
blow it and do
what
it
do you
again.
like? Ready? Ready?
There we go.
I went to Dollar General and like I said, I got you a gift because I was in the birthday section.
Oh no.
And I'm like, she's totally gonna appreciate this.
All
So
right,
I got
put it on
you
me.
a Paw Patrol headband.
Oh, stuff. That's good stuff.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That
And
is.
I was checking out. She was like, "Oh, is it your kid's birthday?" I was like, "No, it's for a grown adult.
It's for a big girl.
It's for a grown adult." And she goes, "Well, I just had an older couple in here the other day buying condoms as a gift joke." And I said, "You
Oh,
sell condoms at Dollar General?" I
yeah. I mean,
had
they have a pretty,
no
pretty
idea.
interesting pharmaceutical section. Yeah,
I was like, "Wow,
pretty thorough.
condoms from
Paw
Dollar
Patrol
General."
headgear.
Don't know if I would 100% trust the condoms from Dollar
I
General,
used a lot
but
of dollar store pregnancy tests because they were cheap, and I just kept wanting to pee on them to see if I was pregnant yet. So
welcome to our women's episode.
that's our little segue into the Galentine's Day. Cheers, my friend. 50
This
episodes.
is the Galentine's Day
Cheers.
episode. If no one knows what Galentine's Day is, or Palentine's Day, same thing.
Okay.
They are celebrated on the day before Valentine's Day.
All right.
So, which this year falls on Friday the 13th.
It's okay.
We're going to overlook that.
It's
We're going to
okay.
consider that they're crossing each other out.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Galentine's, and this is women behaving badly. This is going to be nothing but hopefully funny stuff. But I do want to start with something that I do think is funny.
Okay.
You and I are both fans of the Olympics.
We are. Been following.
And this Olympics has been bananas
It
in a
has
couple of different ways. And I gotta do it because everybody's doing it. The Norwegian cross-country skier who won the bronze, and then during his interview, admitted that he had cheated on his girlfriend.
Yep. Did that. Did that.
So
Like,
one of
why? Yeah.
why he took that moment to do it, not quite sure. Why he told her the week before the Olympics, not quite sure.
I don't understand these things. Yeah.
I was a little flabbergasted in his timing, shall we say?
Yeah.
Maybe he just couldn't live with it any longer. But so when that story broke, which it was easy to break that one.
Oh, yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is go on BuzzFeed and see the roundup of tweets that people make in response to certain things.
Yes.
And so there were a number of tweets in response to this guy publicly saying, and just the way he phrased it was weird.
Yeah.
Half a year ago, I met a wonderful woman. Okay, you can't say 6 months. It's got to be half a year ago. And he was trying to make it sound longer than it really was.
Maybe.
And then he's like, and 3 months later, I cheated on her and I had this, what? And so people's responses are pretty funny.
Good
this one lady said, first bronze, now this. Brother, pick a struggle.
That's good.
Another person said, men will literally cry at the Olympics to avoid going to therapy. Shaking my head. I mean, because this is kind of like, people were like, what is this dude thinking? This other lady said, girl, run, do not fall for whatever this is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another person said, I respect the balls to attempt a rom-com style comeback, but he did forget this is real life.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people said, yes, stand your ground, queen, because she responded. Yeah. She responded anonymously.
Oh, I didn't know that. What did she say?
Oh, she did. She responded anonymously and she said, this is hard to forgive. I've been put in a position that I didn't want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Public declarations of love do not change what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And she said he and I have been in contact and he knows my opinions on this.
Ah, nicely said.
So she ain't buying it,
Yeah.
basically, right? And
Yeah.
so this does feed into like the whole, like, to me, because this is very polarizing. Like, a lot of people are like, why would you use that moment on
Yep.
that stage
Yep.
to do this? And also, too, they had been together for 6 months. He cheated 3 months in. People are like, lady,
Run
that's
for the
all you
hills.
need to know.
See, for me, the whole thing was like, this is, I mean, they haven't been together very long. I mean, this is just like someone you're dating. I mean, it's not, I just, why is this, you know? And I think we're giving, and, you know, I think anybody that does that, you just goodbye.
Well, okay, so like I did a little research on this guy
Yeah, yeah.
and just a little. We're not going to go that far into it. Um, he apparently has always been extremely dramatic.
Hmm.
Extremely dramatic. And one of the things in his past, I don't know if it was at the last Olympics or like a world championship, like he set off a loaded gun inside of a hotel room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he isn't, his emotions rule him, shall we say, maybe to the point of not being rational.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking as a female, if I had already been cheated on, and then the guy on a world stage, like, burst into tears and gave the entire story to a reporter who was just trying to interview him about his bronze medal win, um, looking on as the cheated on girlfriend, short
Mm-hmm.
term girlfriend, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be like, he's a whack job. And on top of it, they were like, wow, he used that moment not to celebrate his teammate who got the gold,
Yeah.
but to talk about himself,
Oh, yeah. That was glaringly apparent. Yeah.
which they consider to be like a narcissistic tendency.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that one, I had to, like, how can you ignore that? Like,
Yep. Yep.
these Olympics are they're stretching the boundaries of of a few things.
It's a notable year. Yeah. Apparently they didn't
Holy,
get the ratings they needed last time, so they're just upping the ante.
oh, from the evil French ice skaters to like I mean, the penis scandal or whatever the hell
I
that was.
know.
I didn't even read about that one. So, okay, so this is our Galentine's Day episode. And Katie and I decided that we would write down 5 questions to ask each other. And I'm hoping this goes in a hilarious direction because I think it could. And like mine aren't like crazy. Oh, I got to look them up. Mine aren't crazy. Would you like to start or would you like me to
Sure.
start?
I'll start.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
And the thing is, you have to answer them.
I have to answer?
We both do.
Oh,
Like
right
you
now.
can't get a question and go, ooh, plead the fifth.
Oh, I hadn't. Okay, that's fine.
But I don't have anything insane. Don't even worry about it.
Okay. Um, I'll start with an
Start
easy.
small.
I'll start small. I've got some backup questions if depending on how I feel because some are. Yeah. All right. So as a female,
Hmm.
what is something about childbirth before you gave birth that you wish someone had told you?
Shitting on the table.
See, I did not shit on the table. I was prepared to shit on the table. Nobody told you that. Everybody told me I was going to shit on the table. I did not. Did you have
Shitting
a
on the table. And basically having everything done to you that you've ever dreaded. Catheter,
I
you
didn't have
know.
any of that. Oh, okay.
Oh, I did. Well, I had a catheter because I had a spinal block and I had the epidural.
Yeah.
And another one was when I was having Gray and he was in arrested labor, they brought in a midwife to
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
strip my membranes.
Yeah, Jesus, where did you give birth again? Hell? When was it?
Sister's hospital, but like for all three of them, which they were wonderful. But the midwifery that took place that day with the stripping of the membranes, which was basically,
Wow.
well, I mean, you can imagine, I mean, but she used her fingers to stimulate birth by stripping the inside of my vaginal canal with her fingers.
Yeah, and they just do this like you're an object. They do this is not the funny road I thought we were going down.
We are in childbirth, we are a vehicle. We are
Yeah,
a vehicle. We're
yeah.
like, but it was funny because when after she stripped my membranes, which did not induce any grade dropping or anything, I said to her, if anybody ever asks me again if I would like to have my membranes stripped, I will say no.
Yeah.
And she was like, fair. I was like, thank you. And she was wearing a lanyard that said midwife. And I was like, well,
Okay.
you can get the fuck out of here
Yeah, you can get the
because
fuck out of
that
here.
didn't work. But like, so there's a lot of things, but also too, I remember when I was giving birth, I think to Peter, and my ex-husband was really close to my head and he had just drank coffee. And I was like,
Oh,
if you do not get away from me, I'm gonna throw up on you. Like I'm
yeah,
literally gonna throw up on you.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
seriously. Just smells
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole thing. And then like after you give birth and you're like the first one, you're like, wow, I just did that. And they're like, okay, now you need to stand up. And I'm like, stand up? Like you should all be standing up for me. Like I should have a standing ovation right now. Just how it's like this,
Yeah, they
they're
do. You know
right
what?
back.
And actually, I'm going to grab that segue because that's exactly what my answer would be. There, there is no room for, hey, you just had this traumatic experience. Maybe you had a full-blown C-section and all your organs were taken out of your body. Yep. Or maybe you tore, the entire connection of your vagina and ass. That was me.
Yep,
Maybe,
yep.
these things, and then and plus the immediate hormonal change, you know, I wish I had known more about that because you go right into everybody. it- no one's going to say, hey, just so you know, you went through something that was a traumatic physical experience. And these things are going to stick with you for a little bit. Um, and nobody said that. They just said, get up, nurse that
But
baby. Yeah.
I'll say this.
Hmm.
I don't think they should tell you beforehand because then people wouldn't do it.
No, I mean right after.
Oh, right after?
I
Yeah.
do feel
Oh,
like,
right
I
after
and
was like a free for
I
all.
was
Like,
thinking like, yeah, yeah. I was thinking like before you go home. You know, I know my original question was before childbirth. Or how about this? That's one thing. But before childbirth, and I think this is so important because it happened to me, and I've certainly heard it happen to other women, and I felt when when I popped Jack out,
or did
and
he just pop out?
he
Like,
no man, he torpedoed out.
oh man, I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Yeah, no,
Jealous.
I was very lucky, but I didn't immediately have that, oh my God, my baby. I didn't have those feelings. I just felt kind of like, oh, okay, and that's okay. I mean, as I got out of my own traumatic experience and trying to navigate what just happened, of course I bonded with him, but not every mother is going to immediately bond with this little alien that came out of your body. It's just, and nobody told me that, that. So I felt like, luckily I have a wonderful supportive wife who was like, you're going to be fine. Right now he's just mushy and weird looking.
I was just hungry,
You're hungry?
frankly. I mean, like, I knew, like, with Peter, like, when they zhuzhed him off and measured him and did what of that scale that they do for measuring
Mhm,
everything. I can't remember what
mhm.
it's called right now. But I do remember when when they yelled out his weight and they were like 9 pounds even. And I was
Wow.
like, holy shit, what? Like, I mean, like, it's pretty
Yeah,
big, right? But then I remember being like, I just want Wendy's.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah. That's a big
it's just
baby.
I don't think anyone should ever have too much information before childbirth.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that people do it again after the first time,
They do because
depending
that's
on
we
their
naturally block
experience.
shit out. It's like
You do.
tattoos, you know?
You do. You. I got 5 of them. You do. Like you kind of you block it out. Like I had a friend from college who, when she had her first child, in in delivery, all of her organs shut down. And
Mm.
that's some sort of condition. Like I don't know what it's called, but you don't really know you have it until it happens.
Yeah, how
So
do you
like she
you
could have
know?
died,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She didn't. She went on to have a second.
Yeah. And I'm sure
There
they were still
is
like,
the
get up,
strength
walk.
of women.
Yeah, you have it. Yeah. All right. What's your first question?
Well, my first question is a little bit more pedestrian than that one.
Okay.
So, well, not pedestrian, but a little bit more, I don't know. What are 3 power anthems that are your go-to for charging yourself up?
Oh,
See? Good one.
you go.
Mm, I have 4.
Okay.
Freedom 90 by George Michael.
Oh, okay.
Any Way You Want It by Journey.
Okay.
Woman by Kesha.
I don't know. Oh, I do know that song. Okay.
Great tune. It's in Bad Moms Christmas at the very end. We talked about Bad Moms Christmas.
That's right.
It
Yeah.
is. And my 4th, which is a bonus choice, which is one of, I think, one of the best songs, in my opinion, written about women, is called Nothing But a Woman by Robert Cray Band.
Hmm. I don't think I know that one.
You don't know Robert Cray?
I don't think I'm embarrassed.
Grammy
I
award winning Robert Cray
and
from
let me look it up.
New Orleans.
Robert, spell his
Oh, he
last
was
name.
Cray. His big tune was Smoking Gun.
Oh yeah, I do. Yes, I do.
That's a great album, the whole album. So Nothing But a Woman
Yep. Yep.
is
Yep.
on Strong Persuader.
Mm, okay. I know who he is. I clearly need to familiarize with it myself.
Everyone needs to listen to Nothing But a Woman by Robert Cray Band.
Okay. Okay. Um, being a musician and you think this would be an easy. So
I
I'm
know,
not
that's what I was thinking.
no, but I'm not an anthem kind of person. That's the
I
thing.
mean, anthem in the sense of like, if you're like down, like what
You want
song?
something to bring you up?
Like what's the one that like empowers you? Or if you like hear it in the car, you're like, fuck yes, I love this song. I forget about like White Snake. Here I go
Yeah,
again.
see, I don't.
You've got to have one.
Well, not like that. I mean, when I'm feeling that way, I have a tendency to go deeper into the deck. So there, I have some downer songs that I play. um, I gotta say, mid, early Lady Gaga stuff, like the old school stuff. Well, now she's coming back into it, but man, and I was working out so hard because it was after I had given birth and I hadn't done a lot of gym stuff, but man, I was in the gym and I do a lot of, poker face and there was a lot of Lady Gaga stuff that would get me pumped. Just
Really?
because I thought that she was just a phenomenal individual. She just went out there and we had seen her live. And I'm like, man, you're going to blaze trails, even when she was younger. And so I felt empowered by her and the way she was blazing trails in so many different communities. And I can see now, if you listen to her talk, it was all part of the plan. She wanted to get
Mhm.
huge so she could start a foundation so she could be an influence in culture, and she did it. So I think I was moved by who she was, even though she was putting on, you know, sexy airs, so to speak. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do
Right.
it
Sure.
different. So I felt I felt empowerment behind her stuff. And then I got to go back to, feeling for me, women's music was such a big factor. And I think I'm going to go artists instead of songs.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's fine. That's fine. That
Huge
works.
empowerment and feeling Melissa Etheridge, and then
Always.
her during COVID, what a huge thing she did, bringing people together, and she was on live on Facebook every single day, and she played, and she told everybody every story behind every song, and she played it live in her living room. So that was an empowering thing too. So there you go. I don't have an anthem though. Maybe I need to get an anthem.
Did she talk about Chrome Plated Heart? Because that's my favorite song by her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she talked about the girl it was about, and see all that stuff. And she talked about the whole journey of writing with no pronouns, because they were all about women, and they were all about trying to be gay in Kansas. And Chrome Plated Heart was, man, she found this woman, and she fell hard like all her songs, but then she had to shut herself down because this woman was always already out and about. I think that was the story. She was already out of the closet, and um yeah, she's a great storyteller, and she's a great leader. Again, another big, huge, she's got her foundation, the Etheridge Foundation, because she lost her son to addiction, and so I guess I feel the anthem behind their music because of who they are, maybe not the song, maybe that.
Yeah, so there's a couple, I mean, okay, one of the funniest comments, or one of the comments that you made that, and you were making it in a joking manner early on, and you said, like, as a lesbian, we all covered Come to My Window.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great song,
It's a great
right?
song.
But then when you talk about artists, if we're going to talk about female artists, and this is all about women, this episode,
Mhm.
you can't overlook Stevie Nicks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, very.
And, I've got a Stevie Nicks, she's on my wall in my
Yeah,
dining room. And
that's a
some days I'm
wall.
like, what would Stevie Nicks do? Right? Like, not what would Jesus do, but what would Stevie
What would
Nicks do?
Stevie Nicks do? Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then people like Grace Slick and,
My
like,
God, women in music. Yeah, that's a whole other episode we should do.
that is a whole other episode. So, okay. So
That was
that was
yours. Okay,
my,
let me pull up one of mine now.
all right. Okay, cool. I'm excited.
Well, you're a woman,
I
or
am.
women. But if you
Even though
had,
that other guy said that we
oh,
looked
that
like two dudes.
except we're kind of dudes.
I'm
Yeah.
actually a woman, believe it or not, guy. If you're watching right now, you weirdo. All right, go ahead.
But if you had a penis for one day,
Oh,
what would you
oh,
do with it?
probably swing it around and see like what it hits. I mean, like, I don't necessarily think of it in a sexual way. I
It's
think of
just
it more in like a big dick energy kind of way. Like, would I feel more confident? Would I feel more in control? Would I feel, and I'm not coming at this from some kind of
That's
like
interesting.
war of the sexes type thing. I'm
Yeah,
thinking to
but what
myself,
is that? Yeah, no, I know. I know exactly what you're saying.
external power tool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A drill or a hammer, Ellen? What are we
Do you
talking?
know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
to wear to kind of wear your sexuality outside of your body,
Really
right?
well said. Yes. Yeah. It's just out
That's
there.
got to
It's
be
all
a
out there. Yeah.
totally different
Would you see it as power, or would you see it
thing.
as another level of vulnerability?
I think it could be both,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I think it could be both. Like Anthony Bourdain, RIP, was the one who coined big dick energy, right?
Is it
Like,
him? Yeah.
yeah. Which I think he might be alluding to the fact that he had a big dick. Maybe it was a
He's like, I
self-endorsement,
mean me. I mean
but
me.
a level among men of confidence that the other men don't know where it's coming from until they think, oh,
Till they're in the gym.
like the old cliche of the guy with minimal equipment getting a sports car or like a monster truck,
Right.
right?
So
Like
the
the
level of
compensation.
confidence that it would create, and again, that's cultural, right? Um,
Mhm. Well, cultural here.
yeah, culture,
Um,
that's what I mean. Yeah. Mine's
yeah,
real
I think
simple. I wish mine was as deep as yours. I just want to pee my name in the snow. I do.
You could probably do that now if you practice some control.
I want full control where I can just go or on a wall or something like that.
Yeah, but if you talk to a guy, wow, I can't believe we're doing this. But if you like talk to a guy who like when they're, some men don't have extreme control of their
The flow.
member
Uh-huh.
when that's
Usually,
actually going
oh
on.
my
Like
God.
they
And
actually have to concentrate. They have
I
to
remember,
concentrate.
well, I'm not going down this road, but one of the primary reasons that men have sideways
This is women
urinary
behaving badly. Go ahead.
have sideways urinary flow is
Hmm.
usually because they've got a blockage and they need to do a little pee-pee cleaning at the urethra level. That's usually why.
That sounds like a good time.
Just soak in the bath. It's fine. Just.
Because I remember one time, and I will say this, and I won't mention any names, when I was dating someone
Mhm.
and I was at his house and he went into the bathroom to like go to the bathroom and I came up behind him and I did kind of like,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Don't touch me." Like, oh
Because
my
he had
God.
to
He's like, "Do
concentrate.
not touch me." And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, "No," he's like, "You can't do that." He's like, "You can't do that." And I was like,
Because he
thought
had
I
to.
was being cute.
Now you're like, I'm going to do it now.
Whatever.
Hmm.
Like ruin the moment. Okay, so that's what I would do. I mean, first of all, I think I'd be fascinated and then tried to figure out all the things that maybe I didn't know over the past 40 years when I've been
Hmm.
sexually active. And well, not 40, 35. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take this thing for a spin and like see.
Spin. All right. All right. I'm going to pee on the snow in the snow. You're going to take it for a spin. Okay. All right. That was one of my questions. All right. Your turn.
Okay, well, now I'm gonna revise my questions because I had backups because I'm being boring and you're being normal. Okay, no, I will ask this one. I will ask this one. And
Okay.
then I'll get worse.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing about being a woman?
Oh shit. That was on my list too, but,
And don't say being a mom. That's just assumed.
no, no. So it's a side. So my question was, what do you think the coolest thing is about being a woman? Which I think is kind of the same question. Um, so look, I got two things going for me because
Okay,
I'm a
right,
woman,
right,
but I'm
right.
also a lesbian. So
Yes.
so I got to kind of mix those things in because my relationship with straight men is
Okay.
really great
Well,
because
lucky you.
yeah, because I'm not threatening. I don't have any sexual intention toward them, but they can talk about all their things. So I'm like, it's easier to talk to a woman, but I'm like a dude friend, but I'm a woman. And I think that's one of the coolest things.
So they're
Uh,
getting the best of both worlds.
yeah, well, they're other than my bot, they're not getting any
I mean,
business.
like the best of both worlds in regards to like advice. Like they
Well,
can,
it's gone. And that's what I love in my job and the guys that I work with, because they can talk about their wives and I get it. But they have a female that it's naturally easier for them to talk to. Self-spoke, they say that, but so I like the combo of that about being a woman. I think that's cool. Because if I was, what's going on with my hair there? If I
same.
was a gay man, all those bets are off, that then that's done. You're not going to have that connection. You do sometimes with straight women, um, but I think it's this interesting combo of I'm not prey to them, which I don't
Right.
mean all men look at women as prey, but I'm not an option, and
Okay.
'cause even if a woman is married happily and she's straight, she's still kind of an option. Um, for some reason I'm
Oh,
not. So
yes.
all that energy gets shut down, which is amazing. And then so I have this wonderful female energy, which I think creates female energy creates community and connectivity and intimacy. I think that's maybe the focal of what I'm talking about. Women create community, connectivity, and intimacy. And I love being a woman about that. And
Do
I
you
get to
think,
go ahead.
okay, so do you think that your relationships with straight men, because you're a gay woman and they know that you're not attracted to them and do you think that takes the pressure off of them?
Oh, I've had multiple conversations. Yeah.
like to perform as
Instantly,
like, not
instantly.
perform sexually,
No,
but
and then I get to
to
also
keep up
perform, put
this
on their
like,
show. And then you should see the moment that someone is interacting with me at that level, that I'm like, I don't like dudes. You know, when I was younger and they were like, oh, you could
oh,
literally
thank God you
see, yeah,
don't. Awesome.
yeah,
Like,
that
let's hang
show.
out.
Yeah,
Isn't that
exactly.
so, that's so interesting to me. And
One of my,
it
yeah,
makes a ton of sense because that's how I feel with my gay male friends.
yes, it's the same. It is really, it's very similar. Um, and so I love the vulnerability and the intimacy that being a woman can create for people in relationships. I think that's one of the coolest things. If I was a man, I wouldn't be able to do that, especially with the population I work with. It just wouldn't happen. Um, so I think that's really cool. And that, you know, that women like to nest and they like to bring all their, I mean, I'm literally doing it now. I've got my best friend moved in 2 doors down. You know, I'm just bringing everybody in, and if I can get them all, I like how women nest. I think it's
God.
cool. Yeah.
And I have to say, when because I like having male friends
Mm-hmm.
and having conversations with male friends,
Uh-huh.
right? And I don't know if this is a when Harry met Sally thing, but like,
Mhm.
there is always the if it's a straight man and a straight
Nope.
woman.
I'll share something with you. Keep going. I
Okay.
got
But when
it.
you're a straight woman talking to a gay man and you're having like these, like heartfelt conversations, normally there
Yeah,
is not any like sexual tension, sexual friction, any type of what if, oh, maybe,
that's
oh,
just, yeah,
hey, let's see where this goes. Oh, maybe this could turn. I'm not saying that happens in all straight male, straight female relationships,
yeah.
but like it's kind of like the elephant in the room sometimes. Um,
So, well, let me go into my nerd brain for a second, right?
okay.
Okay. So we're animals. When we connect with somebody emotionally and all the parts, it's we're a whole being. So that part's going to kick up. But
Yeah.
what's cool is I have straight male friends who have had that experience with me, and
Are
I
they
basically
single? I'm kidding.
no, actually, some of them I got married off to good female friends of mine.
Way
But
to go, Katie. Way to go.
yeah,
Congratulations. Good for you. Good work.
I'm a good matchmaker. But so what I normally do when I've had that experience with straight male friends is like I'll say you're gonna feel sexual about me, and let me know when you do, and we'll work through it.
Because I'm a siren.
Yeah, no, because it's just natural. It's what happens. It's just yeah, because that's what I am. But because I'm an intense person, and when I love deeply, um and it's very, very natural where, I mean, it's happened with straight women when you love unconditionally. And my women that I've dated were actually gay, one of them being my wife, the rest were all straight. um and and those are boundaries I probably shouldn't have crossed in retrospect, because one of the biggest gifts you can give to someone, and I have done this with my male friends. I'm not talking, obviously not my clients, but my male friends.
Oh, of
I'll
course
just
not.
be like, just give it, we're going to get you through it, because it's just a stage of relationship development. It is a stage of relationship development, sexual intensity that pops up. Some for one person, some for both. Um, and to this day, oh my goodness, we've been dear friends for so long now. And he's like, to this, he goes, how did you know that was coming? I'm like, it just, that's what happens,
I'm a siren.
And then we work through it. You know how when you meet a new friend and there isn't sexual energy, but there's still all that great new dopamine stuff because you're like, da, 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 and you're like, yeah. So then you plop in sexual energy, and then that's part of the mix. But if you can move through it, that's one thing to see if it's just part of the mix. If it is persistent and it doesn't go away, then you marry them.
We are not professionals. We are not professionals.
Anyway, just interesting segue. Sexual
Can,
energy sometimes is just part of the process and could
Mhm.
be mistaken as the dopamine hit it is. And now you think, like when you're in your 20s, you're my forever, but you can move through it and have wonderful things on the other side of it too.
Well, that's why a lot of people who get married young, um, it's kind of like, not that they're on a sexual high, but they're on like an emotional, physical high.
And often they're one of their first probably unfettered sexual relationships too. So I mean, you add all that in there, good luck, trying to weed through that. Yeah.
Okay, keep it light, keep it funny, keep it
Okay,
funny.
sorry, go, go, go.
Is it me?
I don't
No, it's
know. I
you.
don't remember.
I'm not
What was
keeping
your
track.
question?
You asked me about having a penis.
Oh, yeah, but then you asked a question too.
Favorite thing about being a woman?
Yep, I did it. Okay, your turn.
No, now it's your turn.
No, you didn't answer the question.
I asked you the favorite thing about being a woman. And I
I
said, don't
know,
say
but you told me we both have to answer the question.
no. Oh, okay. So my favorite thing
Yeah,
about being a woman, besides being a mom,
yeah, right.
is surprising people.
Ooh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well, because people take one look at you and they size you up and they think they know exactly who you are.
Oh. I don't have that problem because I'm a siren. So,
Are siren. You already have it all figured out. But I mean, like
you think people, oh, okay. Yeah, tell me.
hell, I mean, I've had it. It's basically happened like my whole life. I mean, like, and this happens to everybody, right? Like, it's assumptions and stereotypes, and because in middle school I wasn't like super outgoing or whatever. Well, then I was stuck up, and then in high school, all you had to do was slap a cheerleading uniform on me, and I was a bitch or a slut, right?
Oh,
um,
yeah.
I really didn't get like any type of freedom from that until I was in college because it was a bigger space and people weren't really doing that back then
Right.
because there were so many people. But then, you get out of college, you get into the workplace. Um, I'm direct. I don't mince words. And I had, a previous provost of mine
Mm-hmm.
at a certain university, who, by the way, was okay. I'm going to tell this story because fuck her. She told me that I was abrasive,
Mm.
right? In a one-on-one meeting one time, she said, faculty find you abrasive. I said,
Oh.
well, that's interesting because I have great relationships with all the faculty that I train in the position I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of years later, she got accused of sexually assaulting a professor at the college and got
Yeah.
removed from her
Shocker.
post.
Shocker.
So who was abrasive in that
Yeah.
situation? She called me abrasive. She didn't like me. And I'll tell you something, the women on women hate, or the women on women envy, or the
Yeah.
women on women just trying to take them down.
Yeah. It's,
And
it's interesting in,
that's awful.
and trying to decipher between how women will go after each other,
Mm,
whether, and it's often, it seems to be often around competition, whether it's career or men or,
usually
uh,
men.
yeah. And even
I
if you
mean,
look at, I mean, the the women that are violent in history, it's normally about relationships, about men and competition, and yeah.
it's about insecurity. It's about, when they talk about like, some of these phrases they use now about either young girls or 20 something girls, the pick me girl,
Mm,
right?
mhm.
Um, what's the latest with teenage girls? They call them trying to be the cool girl. So not cool in the sense of like cool because of her hobbies or pursuits or anything. The cool girl, the cool silent girl who won't will act like she's not offended by sexist jokes, will act like she's not offended by
Oh, I see
misogynistic
what you're saying. That
behavior
took me a minute to
because
get,
she
yeah.
wants to stay within like the confines of the
Yeah.
group, stuff like that.
She won't take a
Um,
stand. She won't, yeah.
right, because then she'd be uncool, right? Um, I've been on receiving end and giving end of a lot of different female dynamics.
Mhm.
On the giving end, not proud of it. And on the receiving end, don't think it was necessarily deserved, but I'm thinking maybe they all cancel each other out
I think so
at
too,
some point.
you know,
But people, I had someone recently comment to me, um, you come up as strong, you come up as independent. That's intimidating to people. Um, and I appreciated the viewpoint, and I can see where that comes from. But what a lot of people maybe don't know or don't think about me, or don't know me well enough, or maybe I don't show it.
that's your big mush inside.
I'm a kitten,
Yeah,
dude. I'm a Cancer,
yeah,
hard outer
yeah,
shell,
yeah.
squishy inner middle,
Yeah.
right? Like, I spend half my day worrying about things I've said or done, or did I
Uh-huh.
offend someone, or did I hurt someone? And the other half of my day going, well, them, if that's how they feel. I mean, I am an absolute like contradiction in terms almost. And the thing is, I have to daily navigate that.
Yeah, and that is exhausting. I
It is
mean,
exhausting.
I know people, like my mental gymnastics is a little different version, but I get it. And people I love dearly struggle with it, and I watch you and I love you dearly and you struggle with it, and it's just, in my opinion, when you struggle with that, a lot of second guessing of your own inner dialogue, and yet you still come out firm when it comes to something you believe in, I think that's admirable beyond belief. I think, to have that ongoing second guessing of yourself, yet to at the cell also be able to come forward and be like, this is da da da. Call it abrasive, call it whatever you want. But, and we've had this conversation before. I one of the things I appreciate about you the most is I know what's coming out of your mouth is real. And I don't have to guess it. You're not placating, you're not catering. Even though you're struggling, you
Yeah.
don't play the game.
Well, some of the things that have come out of my mouth, which are me being 100%
What's come out of your mouth?
basically basically not holding back,
Yeah.
right? Um, don't land well.
Well, most,
Let's put it that way.
so let's say, so I saw this meme the other day. Well, not the other day, I've seen it a while ago, but I love it. So it's this picture, it's a cartoon, and it's this guy in a pool, right? And all around him, it's totally clear. And then there's these other people behind him pointing and laughing at him because they're surrounded in a pool that's yellow. So they're the ones pissing in the pool, but because he's the one standing and not pissing in the pool, they're
He's
laughing at
getting
him,
that.
right? Because the hive mind at that point is saying, we're all pissing, so it's great, but the reality is it's not. And personality like yours, unfortunately, is a diamond in the rough. So you're not going to have a lot of people that are going to celebrate who you are. And and that's a shame because if you can't handle clarity and honesty, that sometimes is as sharp as a diamond, well, that's on you, right? And
Well, and so yeah, and so that's okay. That's another thing I think when you speak about being like female and male, okay,
yeah.
like some of the things that I've
Oh, good.
said,
I think I know what you're gonna say. Good thing. Yeah.
some of the things that I've said in complete honest moments, like complete honest raw moments,
Yeah.
whether to a male or a
Uh-huh.
female, they don't land well because they're coming from a female. If a
That's
male
exactly.
would say the
If
same
you were some
strongly
dude And you
worded
said,
thing.
yes, I would agree. Interesting. I would agree with you.
And if, you know, if it was said in a strongly worded way, and I'm not talking about profanity or anything like that,
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
it would be like, I mean, literally, the receiver would be like, oh, I really need to think about that. Right.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's right. Like, wow, did I really come off like that?
Yeah.
But like when I say it, it's, oh, she's being a bitch. You know, she's being a C word. She's being oversensitive. She's being this, she's being that. Can I be sensitive? Yes, 100%. Can everyone? 100%. But I'm going to tell you at this age, and I'm going to call you out
Yeah. As you should.
if I find your behavior is shit.
Yeah.
And you know, women in this day and age, and this is supposed to be a funny episode, so I don't know, think of a joke or something.
It's
But like
okay.
women,
You know what? It is what it is. We're looking at some deep stuff here. So,
women need to, and we all talk about it and we all read the articles and we all think you need to realize your opinion matters, whether that has to do with your friends or whether that has to do with a romantic relationship.
mhm.
If you say your behavior's garbage, or I think you're garbage, or you mistreated me, and they come back and say, you're crazy, then you come back and say, I'm not crazy. I'm just calling it like I see it for me,
And I do think
and
that
you're
this is what,
garbage.
yeah, I mean, and this is what saved you. And so this is not going to be a funny episode, and that's fine.
No, it's
This
gonna
is
get
what
funny. I'm
saved
gonna make it fun. I'm gonna make it funny. I'm gonna make it funny. You know I got you. You know I've got the power.
All right, then you know what? Then just because I do have a hard stop at 6. So let's bring in the questions. Come on.
Is it my turn?
Well, you said you had some backup questions that were funny.
Okay. I'm gonna get funny. I'm gonna
All
get
right,
funny.
we're
All
gonna
right.
get funny. Get it.
We're getting all the serious
Get it.
shit out of the way.
Get it.
Okay. So as a woman, right?
Hmm.
As a woman that I went to middle school with and then took off during high school to the great California beyond and
Uh-huh.
all that, I want to know
Oh.
when you discovered that you were gay.
Oh. Um, I
And that
knew
may not be funny,
no,
but
I that's
I
not
find it
funny.
interesting.
I knew in middle school. Um,
When you were wearing hats and suits and ties.
Actually, no, that was 6th grade. I knew in seventh, I still wear hats and suits and ties. Da, 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 da. But I think when puberty hit, for
Mhm.
me, I was always um more when I look as a little kid, I was always more invested in what females how they engaged with me, whether it was friendships and stuff like that. But when I hit puberty and and I was going through the motions of Katie, this guy likes you, and I'm like, okay. And so, I had a boyfriend in middle school, Keith Myers. He and I were real
My
tight.
God, Keith Myers.
I think
Whatever happened to him?
he's still really good friends with I think he's gay.
Well,
I think it was a match made in heaven, is what I think. And so, and it was, Colleen was with Mark and Margaret was with
Mark Norris.
Kenny. Um, no, Hunt. I was with Mark Norris for a hot minute.
Mark Norris was a cool dude.
He was just chill.
He
Yeah.
was a very cool dude.
So, but the gayness, I mean, you go through it's the 80s, right? I mean, I could feel that my emotional connections were were with my
Ladies,
girlfriends. Yeah. It's the 80s.
what are you
But the
gonna do?
minute I wanted a particular, friend of mine to sleep, you'd sleep in your single beds together, when you had sleepovers and stuff like that. But the minute I
Yeah.
wanted to cuddle, I was like,
Hmm.
you know, and I got to tell you, I have had wonderful, all of them, except for one, are still very, very close friends of mine who we all look back in retrospect and we go, but we didn't know, I mean,
You're a siren.
yeah, it's right. It's just my calling. So,
Drag him in. You
you
just
know,
drag him in. But you know what? Honestly, like it's funny now that I think we were trying to be funny about being a woman. Apparently, it's not fucking funny to be a woman. Like,
yeah.
I hmm, maybe because I'm the mom of all boys, that my sense of humor is different. Like the other night, here's funny, people. The other night I was filling out my paperwork for my new general practitioner, and there's a healthcare proxy form,
Okay.
right? And I was like, okay, all right, okay, I'm finally gonna do this, right? I'm finally gonna do
All
this.
right.
I'm gonna read this to you because it's hilarious, and it's because this is my life, right? So
Okay.
I text Peter, right? And I say, I can find it. I say, how do you feel about being my health? Here we go. How do you feel about me being my healthcare proxy?
Like, what's that? Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
What does that entail? I said pulling the plug,
Yeah, you
essentially.
can't give that to your children. You can't, yeah.
He goes, Jesus, what a fucking question to whip out on a Tuesday night. That's what he
Love you.
so, so then I send Ian, like, are you okay with being my alternate healthcare proxy? He goes, what that be? I said,
You
I
be the
said,
pull
being
the plea. Yeah.
I said, being the secondary to pull the plug on me if Peter's not available. I said, I'm just going in birth order, no favoritism. He says, you're never going to be in a hospital bed because you asked us to hit you in the head with a brick if you were ever in such a condition. And I was like, oh, you're right.
Oh,
I did
that's
say
right.
that.
There's medical aid and dying in New York State now. All silliness aside, I'm going to get serious again. If you do need a
Okay.
healthcare proxy, I would be honored. I'm a wonderful healthcare proxy.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Will you
Yeah.
also give me a cocktail of drugs to send me off because I don't
I
want
will
to
help you do the paperwork to get the cocktail of drugs that you can have if you have a terminal illness.
I gotta do paperwork.
Well, we have medical aid and dying in New York State now.
Can I just take all of the vitamins and shit in my medicine cabinet and have that do the work?
No, the cool thing about medical aid and dying is that they give you something that just puts you to sleep and you don't wake up. It's not like Russian roulette with vitamins and pills. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Anyway,
it
this
seems
is
like
not
a
funny
waste of
either.
money if I
Not
couldn't
funny
use.
either, Ellen. Not
Well,
funny.
I was doing the funniness with the kids' responses. You're the one who went cuckoo with like being my healthcare proxy.
Well, but I would be happy to do that. I wouldn't want to see you
Okay,
in that position.
here's a good one.
Okay, go.
What's the funniest thing about being a woman?
Boobs.
Boobs are funny.
Boobs are funny. I don't
Boobs
have
are
a good,
funny.
I don't have a real relationship with mine. I mean, they just get big and then they got small again. Now they're real big. I'm like, why? They kind of fed the Jack, but he didn't really like them. I think boobs are funny.
Boobs are such a random, interesting thing. But you know what I also like? Being like an old crazy woman, like, or getting to be the old crazy woman, like today where you just don't give a shit anymore. And you're in full menopause and you
That was
don't
one of
care
my questions. Oh yeah, I forgot the menopause.
menopause. I went to Dollar General today,
I
like I
know you
said.
did.
And my new favorite thing when I go out in public is just, I guess, being an idiot. Like I walked into Dollar General and she's like, she's not even looking at me. She's like, hello, how are you today? I go, I am wonderful. And she looked over, she was like, you're really trying to use your words. And I was like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to give you something different than fine, thanks,
yeah,
right? And so like I grab the shit that I got and I go to like the checkout. And that's when she told me about the elderly couple that bought condoms as a
yeah.
joke gift for like
Because now
somebody.
that's when you get the best stories. Yeah.
And I was like, condoms in Dollar General, who knew?
Mhm.
And so then I was leaving and I was like, have a fabulous day. She was like, you are using all of your vocabulary. And I was like, that's what I'm here for, man. Like I started to think like a year ago that I was obnoxious. Like I did. Like I started to look at my behavior
A
and I was
year
like,
ago, you thought, oh, why did that
maybe it should have
shift?
been 10 years ago. I don't know. But
No,
like I
no,
was
I
like,
mean, like, because you seem like you were in your groove a year ago. So why would
because
you
I've been second guessing myself all over the place because I'm a female in her 50s and I'm like, you know, going down the tunnel of like being invisible, right? That's something that women in their 50s talk about,
Yeah,
becoming invisible, right?
yeah.
And I'm like, am I overcompensating with personality when I go places? Because
Oh,
like,
because
you
you
know what
what,
I
you feel
mean?
like visually you've lost your fuckable nature?
Right.
Oh,
Totally.
interesting.
So now am I being like obnoxiously vocal because like I'm not attractive anymore?
This is
Which is
this,
garbage because I'm
that's something.
stunning.
You are a beautiful woman, Ellen. You are a beautiful woman. You
Katie,
are.
don't feel like you have to say that just
No,
because.
no, you are, but aesthetically, you are a beautiful woman. And
Thanks.
and you have presence. So no, your fuckability factor is not gone. So
Fuckability is the weirdest phrase to me because it just makes you sound like you're on like a sliding scale.
well, okay. So it's the concept of, I mean, we've certainly, you see somebody and you're like, that person's just old. Or you see somebody and you go, well, that person's attractive. Or you see somebody and you go, right? I mean, you got all those, there's all
Is
those
that what I do?
person.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. God, that like, and this like,
Yeah.
okay, I want women out there.
Yeah.
We're focusing on women. We don't care about men. We don't care about men when they get gray hair. They're distinguished, and we get gray hair and we look like hags. All right.
So again,
I
my
want
green, look at
women.
mine's white.
No, but you look like you're blonde still.
It is just coming in blonde, but it's just extra white. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yours blends really well, whereas I get like roots I have to have done. But like, I think there are so many beautiful women out there, 60s, 70s,
Oh
80s,
yeah, for sure. And you know what? And
but
the visual of,
socially,
yeah,
right?
it's just like,
Socially,
so I mean, I look at my wife who turned 58 and you wouldn't believe it. I mean,
no, Liz is very youthful looking.
she is a beautiful woman. And so what's happening, and I think it has a lot of different things. We are not the women of our 50s that our parents were. We're not the women, I don't want to say like 40s, the new 50. I don't want to say that stuff, but things are changing. We're living longer. And, but biologically, right? So when you just get down to the business of populating the planet, let's just think rabbits, right? They're just like,
I already populated. I did my
I
job.
know,
I
me
populated.
too, right. But also in the world goes, you're not going to give off those pheromones anymore. You're not going to do all those things. That's why we're shutting you down because you can't populate the planet. So the disconnect between nature, which is shutting down the sexual component of co-creation, right? Because that's just nature, doesn't mean that your self-esteem isn't involved, that your level of feeling wanted or desired has dissolved. All those things still leave because we're not rabbits, we're human beings, but our biology is still the same. It's shutting down because we can't make all the babies, right?
But, however, what greater stage of life is there to be in as a female like me, who's had her children, who are
Yep.
all wonderful and grown, and I'm in menopause,
Yep.
can't get pregnant.
Yep.
Now you can just explore your
Yeah.
sexuality,
Right.
right?
Especially as a straight woman. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you can. And now if you don't have a fucking hip replacement or you don't have a pacemaker or your fucking blood pressure isn't through the roof, right? Shit. Now we can finally do this stuff. And now this is when we're falling apart. But
No. Well,
this
okay.
this is chapter two. This
Yeah,
is
we're
chapter
gonna
two.
have to do a second one because I have a guitar to deliver that I have to go. I got to meet a guy about a guitar. One of
Gotta
my
meet a
guy
guy.
friends.
Gotta see a
Yeah, I
guy
got to
about
meet
a
a guy
horse.
about a guitar.
All right. This wasn't as funny as I wanted it to be.
You know
So
what? I think you set up unrealistic. I mean, you said let's talk about the things about being a woman. You said and funny. I mean, it's
my entire life is unrealistic expectations. It gets
okay. So
drilled home to
we
me
need to
every
set up
day.
one that's like fart jokes or something. You went down a roll. You went down a place here that was.
I asked you
I
a
mean, I
question
threw
about
in
your
the if you had
power
a.
anthems. I
I
asked
know.
about power anthems. You,
Well,
you went over here. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. This has
I
value.
asked about a penis for a day. You went down power trips. I don't know what to tell you.
I said I would swing it around, see what it hit.
I said I'd pee in the snow.
Yeah. So, well,
Happy Galentine's Day, my
Okay,
friend.
happy Galentine's Day.
I love
We're
you.
gonna do episode 50 part B, because I won't even move
Okay.
it on to episode 51.
I like it.
I won't even
I
do
like
it.
it. All
And this
right.
time I'm gonna bring you your Paw Patrol headband.
I want it. I'll wear it every time.
That'd be so funny. Okay.
All right.
Happy Thursday.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.